Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Now, yesterday we talked about the black bishop and played a little snippet of that. I'm still trying to struggle with whether or not we should just go full into that.
I mean, there's a lot there to take apart.
There's a whole lot there. He is that entire.
It's such good stuff.
The whole thing is really good, and it's going to take some diving into.
Some unpacking, if you will.
Yes,
and I will, and I will. So this black bishop is talking about, he's talking about what has been duping the black community now for about 60 or 70 years.
Yeah.
And that is that the Democrats are doing anything for him. Because the Democrats have never done anything for him. They have never done anything except join the Ku Klux Klan and use the Klan as the militant arm of the Democrat Party. That is literally what happened with the Klan. They were the people that tried to maintain slavery all those years. They were the people that fought against the Civil Rights Act in the 1950s, and then it was finally passed in the 60s. So Democrats have never done a thing for black people.
And they've wrapped their arms around the wonderful institution.
Planned Parenthood.
Yes. I mean.
Which is inconceivable. And this bishop explains why. Listen to this. Start where we did yesterday. The first clip with this bishop talking about Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger, the founder.
I don't want to get political, but I don't understand how any person of color, if you have a choice, you can be an independent, you can be a Republican. If you have a choice, I don't understand how any person of color can have their John Hancock affixed to a political party that has in its party platform the support of an organization that supports a procedure that has wiped out 46% of African Americans since 1973. How can you
Pause
do that?
For a second. Okay, now we've looked for that statistic, and I think it's accurate. Here, the statistic we found that is definitely true is that of all abortions performed every year, 36% of them are performed on pregnant black women. 36.9% are performed on white women. The remainder Hispanic and Asian and whatever else. So I think the 36% of all abortions represents 46% of all black pregnancies, which is a staggering number.
Right.
In other words, they're 12 to 14% of the population. They're responsible for 36% of the abortions. Whites are 74% of the population, or 76%, and responsible for 36.9%. 0.9% more than blacks. Unbelievable. So that's way disproportionate for minorities. Why is that? Well, all the Planned Parenthood locations are in minority areas. 80% of them are in minority areas.
Bishop Woodland? Is that
Wooden.
Wooden, yes, he addresses that in his speech.
Yeah, watch the rest of this clip. This is amazing stuff.
How can you do that and then turn around and call yourself woke? Oh, no. Oh, no. You're not woke.
That's great.
You're asleep. You're drugged. They've given you Propofol? Am I saying it right? Propofol. That's stuff that killed Michael Jackson. Yeah. You're in a deep sleep.
Oh, man.
I love that reference. That was good.
Jeez.
I mean, he goes into depth on.
we're going to get to it.
Yeah, okay, because it is pretty. On top of being amazing, it's incredible, and it's really good. Really.
So you would say it's amazing,
really
incredible, and
really good. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gobble up or gabble down.
I was going to say, do we need another poll?
But I would say that.
We're going to gobble up the rest of this.
Okay, good.
And,
so, 3,446. That is the number the KKK has lynched.
Okay, so the Klan killed 3,446 blacks?
Over 86 years.
Well, and as he points out, did he do it in this one or is it coming up?
One of them.
And one of them, he points out, that every 2 weeks,
Right.
Planned Parenthood kills more blacks than the
Precisely.
Klan killed in their entire existence.
That's another fun fact for
Every
you to store away.
2 weeks.
What was the earlier fact that I've already forgotten? Oh, yeah, that Donald Trump has permanently funded historically black colleges and universities.
Mm-hmm.
And the other fact you can take away from today's Pat Gray Unleashed is that the KKK has lynched, over the course of their lifetime as an organization, as many blacks as Planned Parenthood kills in 2 weeks. Think about that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. All right, let's play the next clip where he talks straight to what he calls the Negro population.
Hillary Clinton did when she received the Margaret Sanger Award.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton did say, I admire Margaret Sanger. Enormously. Not a little bit. Enormously.
Not a little bit.
That's right. All y'all who are taking pictures, that's fine. Come on, you can get them. She did. These are her words. They're not my words. You know what? I would have never. There's no politician, Republican nor Democrat. See, I'm an independent. No politician would get my vote nor my support if they would have said, I admire Margaret Sanger, the woman who said, our goal is the extermination of the Negro race. What kind of Negro would vote for a woman who would say such a thing? Got to be a dumb Negro to do that. Something wrong with you, Negro. I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Kill a Negro. Her vision.
Yeah.
Kill the Negro race. Her vision. This is what Hillary said when she got her award. Said Hillary Rodham Clinton, I am really in awe of her. What? What? I am really in awe of her. There is a lot of lessons we can learn from her. And you know what they are? Kill a Negro.
That's right.
There's a lesson. Kill the Negro population. Now, how, with all of this, we hate Donald Trump? Trump didn't say that. And Trump didn't say this. Now, right quick, because I got to preach. I'm not going to preach about this, but people want to
He's not
know.
preaching right now.
Good, I'm glad.
He's not preaching right now.
This is a sermon a long time coming. This should have been done a long time ago by an awful lot of black pastors. This is
Yes.
It needs. What he's referencing is this.
I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity,
Yeah.
her vision.
Sure.
Another of my great friends, Ellen Chesler, is here, who wrote a magnificent biography of Margaret Sanger called Woman of Valor.
Oh,
When I
valor.
think about what she did all those years ago
I do
in
think about what
Brooklyn,
she did. Yeah,
taking on
black people,
archetypes, taking on
Hispanics,
attitudes and accusations flowing from all directions.
handicapped. Yeah,
I am really in
took 'em all
awe
on.
of her. And there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from her life. And
Well, you bet there are a lot of lessons on eugenics that we can learn, and the Nazis learned from Margaret Sanger. So that's great.
That's good.
Hillary. That is, I mean, isn't that something? And finally, somebody is recognizing it.
Yeah.
Somebody in the black community is calling attention to it and saying, hey, community, what are you doing supporting this party? How can you support this? How can you support Planned Parenthood when they were founded to exterminate blacks? That's what they were founded to do. Unbelievable. That's really unbelievable.
I know.
And like you said, long time coming.
Now I will say, I would caution the bishop.
Mm-hmm.
He might be on a list now.
Yeah, the Clinton list.
Yeah,
might want to hire some security from now on.
Just a thought.
Just keep him near. Then he talks about who are the people that fight for life.
Who fight for life in this country. the main people who fight for the lives of the unborn in this country, the main people who march for the lives of the unborn in this country, even though it doesn't disproportionately affect their race. It affects their race, but it doesn't disproportionately affect their race. The main people who fight for the life of the unborn are white people.
Wow. Wow.
Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to get that little plug, because yes, we are fighting for you. I think it's an absolute human tragedy, and way beyond tragedy. Yeah. What's going on in the black community in Planned Parenthood?
Genocide.
It is. It's what it is. I mean, it's eugenics being carried out 80 or 90 years after Margaret Sanger set all this up.
Generational genocide.
Crazy. And, you know, it is so refreshing to hear somebody from the black community talk about it and recognize it. Thank you, Bishop Wooden. That's phenomenal. Then he talks about how many blacks Planned Parenthood has killed. Listen to this.
Everybody's talking about being woke. 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 And you didn't know that Margaret Sanger? Mm-hmm. You didn't know that Margaret Sanger said this? We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood. This was written in 1939. So how are you going to be woke? How are you going to be a woke church and don't know this? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is old. This is old. It's
really old.
You bishops and pastors and leaders out there, if you haven't told your congregation about the #1 killer of African Americans, an organization that kills more African Americans every 2 weeks than the Klan did in its entire history.
There you go. Yeah.
You are not qualified to use the word woke.
Yeah, that's great.
For you are the epitome of being asleep. You're asleep at the wheel.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. That's just, I mean, that's coming from heaven. It's manna from heaven. It really is. All we get beaten down by, or do we get beaten up? Ask the, all we get beaten down or beaten up. I don't know which.
I don't know which one.
I'm not sure which one to use.
Get to @PatUnleashed on Twitter and take the poll.
Do the poll.